Hi everyone, welcome to my first video. This is Emma's Cake Studio, and today I'm going to show you how to make this stone effect cake drum. So I started off with a 14-inch covered cake drum, and this was covered with Renshaw Extra, just because that's what I had in. You can get away with using a little bit of a cheaper sugar paste for the board, so it's a nice flat surface. So as you can see here, I'm using a Dresden tool to roughly mark out some paving slabs. So these don't need to be even. The effect actually looks better, it's random, and you're just making a light marking with the end of your Dresden tool. Make sure you've covered the whole board going right to the edges, and then what I'm doing here is going over those lines with the other end, so it's a slightly wider end. I'm going to link to the tool that I used below the video. It's just deepening the lines, and this will help to create the shadow, which we're going to dust on there in a minute, and it'll make it a bit easier to get the brush strokes in. So just again going over all the lines, you can see already comparing the halves where I've made them a little bit deeper, and I'm just going to keep going until all the lines are nice and deep. Just sped up the video a little bit here. You can also see as well I've got a little air bubble just to the bottom right of the screen, which you'll just see me pop in a minute. So I just used a pin to pop that out. Not too worried about that because we're going to be dusting. It's going to cover up the little hole that's made from the pin. So I'm just going over some final bits. Make sure it looks even. Make sure it looks all relatively the same and no bits are a lot deeper than others. So for the second part, I actually left it overnight so the board is nice and firm. It just means that you're not going to dent the board with the brush. And I'm using some edible dust here. So this is Black Magic. Again, I'll pop the link below the video to the exact one that I use, but it's just a black edible dust. And I'm using a nice soft brush. Again, I'll pop the link below. I believe this is a Silvia Mancini brush that came in a set of 3. So I'm using a thin brush to go around, and then the wider Silvia Mancini brush just to dust into the paving slab. So what you want is the darkest line in the actual groove, and then just slowly dust into the middle, just to give it that kind of rustic stone effect. So this probably will take about half an hour in total, I would say. Obviously you might work a bit quicker than me, and you'll see what I've done there is just dusted some right on the edge as well, as I quite like that effect. You don't have to do that, you can just leave the edges bare. Just so slowly working your way around. Again, don't worry too much if this isn't even. It doesn't need to be even. Normal stone paving wouldn't be even. So keep going till you're happy with it, and then you'll see at the end I've just popped some ribbon around the board, and then there's a picture of how this ended up with its cake. If you found this video helpful, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel for more tutorials, and thank you for watching.